Hello and welcome to Find Your Encore. And I'm so happy that you grabbed your free reports. And this particular one is going to be the Find and Launch Your Encore business venture. As many times as we head into our next chapter, we think, should I go get a job? It would be good to have some extra dollars. Maybe you need extra dollars. Maybe you just want them. So you're also thinking about passion and what to do. So again, this report is going to be about business ventures. And I'm going to share my screen and get the How to Encore PDF up here. And here it is. So this is also what you have downloaded. And I'm going to take you through all of these kind of steps, and as we go around the circle here on how to find and launch your Encore business venture. So, and here we go. And I don't want to scare you too much, but there can be a lot to this, but I'm here with you. I'm here for you. And if you need additional help, you know where to find me. My email address is at the bottom, jane@findyourencore.com, or give me a call. We can also do a breakthrough session, and that'll be a lot of fun. So I want to start with the all-important lifestyle. So really, we're on this path now to earn more, work less, and celebrate often, which is my mantra. So we're going to follow this, and let's talk about lifestyle. So when thinking about this small business venture or this business venture you want to look into, what is it going to do for your lifestyle? What's it going to look like in the end? And if you go to the report, that one looks like this with all the steps outlined. You'll see I'm asking you certain questions. So what do you want the additional money or the income to provide? Is it so that you can eliminate some financial stress or pressure that you might be feeling as we head into this next chapter? Is it so that you can enjoy more financial abundance? Is it so you can finally say, I'm financially free? We have that, several sources of income that we often talk about. So let's talk about that. How will you interact with this new lifestyle? You know, marketing and sales can be lots of fun. That's one of my specialties because I find that we build rewarding relationships as we're going along in this venture. I like to work with fun clients. And often, you know, when we work with folks and we get an idea that, ooh, maybe I either want to fire this person or I just don't want to get started in the first place. That's up to you. You're in control. So working with fun clients is a plus. And also you get to choose your colleagues. So back in the day in corporate America, you know, I had a team and I was never invited in on interviews. So we'd get a new team member in and maybe they were great. We'd invite them and onboard them into the fold, and sometimes just didn't work. But here you get to choose your colleagues. You get to choose folks who you do joint ventures with and strategic alliances and virtual assistants, but more about that later. And talking about lifestyle and how you want to make a difference. And this could be financially or just with the service you're providing. So, do you want to give more to charities? Do you want to give time, more dollars, more service, more expertise? So, do you want to spend your time helping others? Do you want to share your gifts and talents? Or do you want to be there so that you can provide financial support to the agencies and causes that you're interested in? And how do you want to celebrate? This is so important in your lifestyle. You know, is it travel that you're wanting to do more travel? You want to take vacations every quarter? That's what I do. And extended weekends. I just love it. Do you want to spend more time celebrating with your family and friends? Is it that weekly date night with your spouse or significant other? Is it that weekly outing with your kids and your grandkids? Is it the, once a month, dinner out or dinner in with your friends? What do you want to purchase in this lifestyle? I know at this point we do a lot of decluttering, but is there something that you've always wanted to have? This is part of lifestyle, what you want to purchase. And then experiences. And really, our other report about your Encore adventures focuses on this a lot as well. What experiences do you want to have within this next chapter? So that's lifestyle. And as you go down through the report, I want you to be thinking and jotting these things down right on the paper. And then we'll work more from there. But let's now get into especially your business Encore idea. So what about this? What is it that you've always been interested in doing? What's your passion? What have been your experiences, your interests, your loves? When I was a corporate employee with the electric utility, and at the end there, I was working with project management and heavy service projects, and that was not my passion. I'm going to tell you, I love working with customers. I love helping customers and clients with their bottom line and coming up with new ideas and helping employees. I like training and development. So I wasn't fulfilling my passion, but now in my new Encore venture, my business venture, that's what I'm doing. So what is it that you're passionate about? Where your experience lies, your loves, that you can turn into a business, an Encore idea. And I'll definitely be able to help you along the way with this. Because you can succeed at this. You really can. Maybe it's, making furniture or baking or writing. Oh my gosh, writing and editing. Maybe it's setting up websites. Maybe it's dog walking for folks. Maybe it's coaching parents. Maybe it's coaching retirees on their Social Security and their Medicare benefits. My goodness, that's sorely needed. So there's many, many things to turn your experience, passion, love into cash. The first thing we want to do then with that, or the next thing, as I have here on number 2, is pick a target, pick a niche. In the European the folks, they call it niche. It always cracks me up, but I think we know what we mean by niche, right? So the neat thing about this is you can pick a target and a niche and you can date them for a while and see what works. Early on in my business coaching business, I focused on small businesses, contractors, tradespeople, because that was what I was and who I was familiar with in all my experience with Builders Association and the electric company and so forth. And I really love helping that group. And I dated that for a while and did some work there, but I felt like there was a different niche for me, which is all of you in our next chapter. So know that you can succeed by not picking a target or a niche. I mean, you could, sell your services to, all sorts of business owners. But I will tell you that if you pick a niche, it'll be easier and you can really focus your marketing on that and get things going a lot faster and get some cash in your pocket. Now, know that to become an expert in your target and your niche, you don't need to have a PhD. All you need to do is market and research very deeply. And that's our small yellow or orange box there, market research. And what do I mean by this? Well, what you want to find out are what are the biggest pains, problems, challenges of this group? What are their dreams? What are their desires? What are their fears, whether they're irrational or not? Fears stop us in our tracks, right? And what Joseph Campbell said was, go to the door. Fear was there, so we thought. We opened the door and fear was no more. What are the fantasies of this group? Quarterly vacations. I love that. And you can use, Google and internet searches to find all of these problems. If you go to Google and you put in the search bar, women who need help with home repair, for example, you'll find all sorts of things, blogs and posts and internet websites that really talk about that particular subject. Now, one of the best ways to market research is to work with clients or work with the prospective clients that you're looking for. So a lot of times you can just set up surveys, right? And do some research asking questions. You can do breakthroughs like I do, breakthrough sessions to just talk with people and ask them, what are your dreams and goals? What's holding you back? How would that work for you if that was totally out of the picture? So conduct surveys in person and online. Once you start an email list, you can email your list, Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of thing. And if you don't know how to do these things, not to worry. Social media will be part of our Encore training. So number 3, we have build a lead generation system. So as you're working to get this business underway, what you want to do is grow a list, an email list, Facebook list, a text number list. You need to have a list so that you can prospect and get them to get to know you, get them to refer you, and so on. So growing your list. How do you do this? Well, what I do, and many of my clients do, is we give away something valuable, just like this, a valuable special report, a sample, an audio, a video how-to, just like we're doing here, so that, again, folks can get to know you and get value right away from working with you. So we give away that something in this form as a special report. This sets you up as an expert in your field and someone that your prospective clients can trust and get to know, and again, refer to others. Now, you can begin this relationship with an easy website, and we'll get to that later. But again, you just want folks to get to know you and know that you can assist them with the subject matter that they're looking for. So when we talk about marketing materials and writing copy, here's the secret. Remember back in number 2, when you were picking a target niche and you were doing the marketing research, uncovering all the pains and problems and challenges that you can help with? That's your marketing. So if you don't feel that your copywriting is up to snuff, you can start by putting your ideas together and getting a virtual assistant or going on all these different freelance or elance sites. And it's not very expensive to have someone do the copywriting for you. So again, your marketing should highlight the pains and problems that you identified earlier in the research. So for example, in my marketing, you may have come in by seeing that I'm offering a free report designed to help you find and design your next chapter while we earn more, work less, and celebrate often, because I uncovered that that's what folks want to do. Now, in your marketing also, you focus on the prospective client. You focus on that target niche and their wants. You don't focus on you. You might notice on my website, findyourencore.com, I don't start off with things like, hello, meet me, I'm Jane, I did this. And I mean, eventually you want to know about me. And then in some of this information, I'll give you some history. I've mentioned I work for the electric utility companies. I mentioned I work with builders. I mentioned I work with small business. So you weave those things in. But I don't really have an about me page on my website because what do you care? You want to know if I can deliver what you're looking for. And that's what you can do too with your marketing. Now, number 4, once you have a list and this way to generate lists, this system, then we want to generate leads from that list. There's many ways to do this as well, to grow that list as well. So things like networking. So networking in person, social media, having joint partners and strategic alliances. And what I mean about that is, for example, if I'm working with folks who are looking for what to do in their next chapter of life, some strategic alliances that I have are financial advisors, insurance agencies, healthcare providers, senior centers, travel agents, all those folks who are also working with the same target. And that's your strategic alliance. So when you do the networking, there's many opportunities in the community. Right now it's October, so there's all kinds of fall festivals going on. And that's one area. You can also go to a lot of Chamber of Commerce events. Many of them are free and you don't have to be a member. And it's a great place to network. Allow people to sell to you. Have the insurance agents or the Mary Kay ladies or the Young Living folks, sell to you. Why not? It helps them get practice and you build your network. Speaking events, oh my goodness, there's still so many opportunities with social service groups like the Lions Club and the Sertoma clubs and the Rotary clubs, and there's many senior groups. I've spoken to the farm groups, 4-H clubs, again, Chamber of Commerce's, networking groups, and so on and so on. You can also come up with your own events. You can go to your local coffee shop and advertise and have a little event there on, let's say you're building furniture for people or you're refinishing furniture. You can go and talk about ways to easily refinish furniture. And don't worry, the folks will come and listen to it, and then they'll hire you to do it because they don't want to do it. So that's just a quick example. You can also do speaking events on YouTube. You can guest speak at someone else's events. So I know a lot of the wealth management experts often have events for their people, and I'll pop in and talk about Encore and how to design a lifestyle in the next chapter. Internet. So, websites are real easy and they're not very expensive to set up these days. You only need a couple pages. For example, you need a page to offer your special report. The next page is where you send them to pick up their special report. And maybe the third page is how they can, either purchase things from you or set up a session so you can go further. So 3 pages is really plenty. Probably your grandkids can set it up for you. And within the website, it's very easy now to set up what they call the search engine optimization, so the rest of the internet can find you. Something that I just started to get into are podcasts, and of course those are speaking events on the internet. I have some colleagues who do their own podcasts, and it's very easy for me to hop on to their podcast as a special guest. And they always allow me to at least mention my website, findyourencore.com. And also posting ads on Facebook and Google and all those sorts of things are not very hard to do, and they can really be done for pennies. You can put articles on many sites, even things like the AARP sites, the senior volunteer sites. They're always cramming for articles, so why don't you become an author? And then, of course, there's the social media where you can post. And again, I've learned this from my kids, and even now some of the grandkids, they do the Instagram posts, and they actually like what I post. So it's a pretty cool thing to be in that vibe and in that space with not only your target market, but folks who can refer you as well. Word of mouth is another one, and that's where when we get together as groups and do some group coaching, we talk about one another and we refer one another very often. So those are ways to generate leads, and then those leads, you go back and put them into your number 3, into your email list. So the next item is number 5. How do you convert leads into clients? I mean, you could get a whole email list, and as long as they're what we call the opt-in, that they wanted to be on your list, they're going to be very interested in what you have to say, as you're, dripping on them with some cool articles, some posts, some things that they might find interesting. So ways to turn them then into clients is to offer, again, a free session. That could be a one-to-one coaching. It could be group coaching, a telecourse on how to do something, how to refinish furniture. Again, that was one idea. Some webinars on some simple how-to home repairs, how to fix that toilet that's running. I mean, honestly, people flock to YouTube to find out how to do things. So why not have them flock to you? Sales letters, honestly, are still a way that advertisers do add to their flock of target people. So don't be afraid to use things that worked in the past, making a presentation. Also, again, I mentioned things like drip sequences. And what I mean about that is once you have that list that wants to hear from you, you use, free sources and systems like MailChimp or Constant Contact. And you can have pretty many people on your list and use that to chat with them through email. So it's a great way to keep track of your team. Now, in between here, I did add about a little link there about a support team. Once you get further into this, it's going to maybe be tough to do everything yourself, right? So what we want to do is build a team around us. And some of that can be the Find Your Encore team that you might join us with in our group coaching, but also get a business coach, whether it's me or someone else you're comfortable with. That is going to, it's just going to make things so much easier. You'll go faster and you'll commit. Once you hire someone like that, or me as a business coach, believe me, your commitment level rises. So it's a great way to do it. Again, a mastermind group, and that's really a group of folks who help each other, bounce ideas off of each other. And then you could move to having virtual assistants that can help you with your copywriting, your websites, your drip sequence, all that sort of thing. And really, whether it's a virtual assistant who helps you, 5 hours a week, or if you have specific items you want, for example, perhaps you wrote an article and you just want to have it edited. It's so easy to go to something like Elance or Fiverr.com, and there are tons of people looking for work, and it's not very expensive, and they're very good and can do some editing for you for a specific project. Other things, volunteers. There are folks out there, perhaps on my other report, with folks who are looking for a new adventure, who just want to dip their toe and do a little volunteering to see what they might do next in their adventures. And, they can give you an eye, give you a hand. It's just a great way to build that team. And then also you can outsource to contractors. So outsource to a housekeeper while you're doing all this business. Why not give that person who's building a housekeeping business some cash and some opportunity? You don't want to wash your cars anymore. My son-in-law has a business where he will come to you. He's a mobile auto detailer. He'll either bring your car to his house or he'll come to you. He brings his own water and electricity and everything. It's fabulous. And so outsource things like that so you don't have to do them yourself and waste your precious time. Let's go to number 6. Once we get through, and I won't spend as much time on this because we're just getting started on your business and Encore idea, but once you get started and you have the product or service that you want to sell, you can then create complementary products. And you do this by working with your folks and finding out what they need and what they want most, and then create it for them. You can create products. If those are, reports, they can be low price, medium price, high price. You can have a program. If I go back to my auto detailing son-in-law, he can, he'll come out one time and do your wash wax for you at your site. However, he does have a program where he has a recurring. He makes sure that he calls you every quarter and says, it's time for your whatever. So you can set things up like that as well. You can promote other people's products using affiliate programs. So I have on my my small business coaching site, I have some affiliate products on there because I didn't particularly want to create my own like 12-month video program, but I work with Bob Proctor, and he already has this set up. So if people want to go to his program and I refer them to him, he gives me a little stipend for doing so. That way, I help my clients, and then I also get some cash as well. So that's promoting other people's programs and products as an affiliate. The Amazon has something like that where you can promote certain products that you choose as an Amazon affiliate. So there's an idea as well. Maybe things that complement your business. For example, as a coach, there are beautiful, wonderful, journals, that you can send people to purchase and earn an affiliate amount from Amazon. And then finally, have other people sell your products. So some of those strategic alliances that I mentioned, wealth management for me, insurance agents, health coaches, that sort of thing, they can help me sell my products. So think about your target and who's your strategic alliance and how you might help each other sell your products. And in number 7, I talk about building a team. When you get real busy with your business and you're selling products and promoting and selling programs and actually doing the work of the passionate thing you love to do, you might find that there's certain things that you don't like to do, but you do like to do other things. And I call this cake and cringe. So you want to figure out what's the cake, what is the thing that you like and what you want to do, and what things make you cringe. And you want to put a team around you to handle the cringe. And guess what? The things that you cringe are the things that other people see as cake. So I don't particularly like to work with all the financials and that sort of thing. So I can give my, bookkeeping and source that out to someone else. So what you might think about though when you're building a team is put a little onboarding together for them so that they know your mission and your vision, what you're trying to accomplish, and how you see them fitting into that. You can also certify your team as a, find your Encore bookkeeper. Also, you should decide, what part of your revenue are you willing to provide to the rest of your team? Is it dollars is per hour? Is it freelance pay? Is it a portion of, your sale? If I sell or someone helps me sell a program for X amount, what's the revenue portion for them? Things to think about there. How you pass leads to each other, email, how you work together. Are you only working virtual? Do you have an office you want them to work in? Think of those things and how you'll pass clients around together. And don't forget on your team to have those strategic alliances, and also the joint venture partners. And we talked a little bit more about joint venture partners, where you pass clients to each other for fees in a later group session. Now, I do want to talk about time mastery. Time mastery is very interesting, and there's been tons and tons of things written about time management. And I always say, you can't manage time. You get all there is, and it's great. You get all you need. How are you going to manage your activities, though, within that time is something that we focus on. And in your report, there's a link there to a special report, another special report for you. And it's the 3 truths that business owners avoid that keep them overwhelmed, underpaid, and working day and night. And we don't want that for you. So in that report, you will find 3 different truths that really will be helpful for you about how to, effortlessly figure out what you're going to do the next day without having to really think twice about it. Second, how to work on only the things that are going to give you the most results. And thirdly, we're going to talk about how to contain your work, right? Because in all of this, this is our encore, right? We still want to celebrate often and have that lifestyle we talked about. So how do we contain the work and not let it creep into our personal time that we're all searching for? Okay, so make sure you go grab that special report. Finally, I want to talk just a bit about keeping yourself sharp. And really what this means is to continue on with these findyourencore.com resources. So I'll get that resource page to you, probably in a next drip sequence now that you're part of my tribe here. Don't forget to take vacations. Don't put them off. Celebrate all your victories, even the small ones. For example, if you got through to the end of this webinar, woohoo, celebrate. It's a lot that I threw at you today, but now you know how to go back and start with number 1. And also don't forget to exercise, even if it's, just walking around the block. Having maybe you have I love this idea of a stand-up desk where you can raise your desk level and actually be standing or even walking on the treadmill while you're doing your work. Don't forget to eat well. And eating well is so important, and I think it's different for everyone. So I won't personally be working on the eating well part, but I have a strategic alliance that will help and give me, additional free reports and such to help you on your way. And think about doing some mindfulness. Now, this you might think of as meditating, but just breathing. And it's so important to breathe in, hold it, and let it all out. We often don't breathe in a way that we should. So meditating, thinking, breathing will help you so much. Don't forget to work on your inner game. And I have a lot to share on this. I'll offer you some tips and some systems and programs to help you work on that inner game. Because what I mentioned, for example, was the fear. right? So we're going into something new and we might have doubt and fear. But if you create understanding and knowledge, it'll really put you on your path and get that out of the way. Read personal growth books. Read my blog. I am always reading different things, whether it's short or long. And I think that if you just keep yourself apprised of that, you really love it. One very important thing, and this is something that I do as part of my routine, is to write every day in a journal. Specifically, I write gratitude. What am I grateful for today? Because we all know at this next chapter in our lives, we have so much to be grateful for. And writing in a gratitude journal will really lift your spirits and help you help the other people that you're wanting to. And don't forget to follow the 3 truths in the special business or this time report that is given to you as a bonus with this. And don't forget, the people that I like to work with are you, because you dream big and I know you're going to get stuff done and we're going to have fun along the way. You're my superstars. You're my niche market, my target, and I'm so happy and grateful to work with you on your next chapter and on your Encore business. So that said, go back through all the steps that we have set up for you here. And if it seems an awful lot, not to worry. I'm here to help you along your way. So you'll soon be receiving something else about having a strategy session with me so that we can take your next steps. Thank you so much, and on to your Encore. Thank you so much.